Hello there, and welcome to the unofficial FUT podcast with myself, Jamie, and I'm joined today by
me, Callum.
Bloody hell, Cal. That was longer than normal, mate. I mean, literally, I don't even know if you're Cal at this point. You change how you look every single time we do this.
It's November.
Movember. I think you're trying to avoid the police, mate. And we're also joined by.
That's me, James. How you doing?
James is back with us, the trading guru. Here's my Jesus. Just Scottish and very angry. So the big thing we need to talk about is rewards. We've talked up a big team of the week, and some of those prices have failed to deliver. However, we've got our Reds. So I will start us off. I got Casemiro. No point talking about anyone else. Casemiro was my big pull. James, who did you get, my man? I know you've sent me a video, but who did you get?
Is that bad? I don't even remember. I'll go and check. Hold on. I'll tell you how bad it is. You can go to Cal first, then
Let's
well, the thing is, not bad. I don't remember.
No, Cal sent me a video. Now, Cal also got about 4 wins the weekend league, so I don't actually know if they give Reds for that fewer wins. So I can see a Lacazette. Excellent, Cal. I mean, that's about all you deserve. And
the video, the video will show you, but I don't know. I can't even remember. I think it was it Lacazette? No, was it Lacazette? Maybe. I think that was the best one. I think possibly.
So how many wins did you get for that, James?
I was playing, as you know, I was really angry, and I got to 11 wins. I got to 11 wins, and I just stopped there. I was like 11-2, 11-3, and I gave away my win the rest of the games and just stopped at 11. I couldn't do it. Right. It was just so stressful.
Now, I don't know if Cal's aware of this because Cal also was amidst of a FIFA rage himself. But at one point, I tried to record the anger in the party. It wasn't just James; it was quite a few people kicking off. Boucher was kicking off. I tried to sneakily record it, to play a clip of it, but I couldn't get it because it was going off. I had a great time, by the way. I had a brilliant time.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
14 wins. I had a game to spare. The guy tried to take me out and quit, so I quit before him because I would have given him the win, but. Especially as a Norwich fan, but no, he's getting nothing from it. Nothing. Disgusting behaviour. How many wins did you get, Cal?
I don't know. I got 45 points. Then the toys were out the pram way before that.
I mean, I didn't find it particularly sweaty, but based on the party experience, I think I was alone. Mind you, our friend Louise, she did all right. So I think
how many did she get?
I think she
got. Tell me she got more than me.
Yeah, she did.
Did she get was it 11? Did she get 11?
I think it was the same rank, but she got but yeah, she got more wins. I mean, bear in mind her first 2 weekends she got 6 wins.
Yeah.
So,
I'll just book another week off work and hammer it again. Get better.
I think you need more than a week, mate.
Yeah.
Boucher sent me his talk amongst yourselves for a second. Boucher sent me his, but I can't remember what he sent me. I don't think he did very well either because his head went massively, which was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure he finished on 13. I think he was one off of
he did, didn't he?
One off of 60 points, like 1 point off of 60 points, I'm sure. Which is obviously 14 wins.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have been happy. So I'm looking at his ultimate pack now. He's opening. It's not even a walkout, so that's fun. Yeah, he wouldn't have been happy. I mean, when's he ever happy? Well, Sunday when Leeds beat Liverpool, actually.
Yeah, I think my Reds worked great. I thought my team of the week pack. I thought it was worth a fair bit of money, and then I looked at what he was worth, and I was like, "What? It's like 30k."
Who was it?
Bellingham.
That's quite good though.
Yeah, that's a good pill, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be worth a lot more than what he was though.
Yeah. Okay, so Bouch got De Ligt, Lacazette, and Martinez, and Louise. I think Louise had a banging pack. Louise had a choice of Delict, Martinez, and Bellingham in like just in one pack on the Reds, and then the other one wasn't as good. So yeah, they did all right. So it was decent. It was I had a great time. I'll be honest.
I got trolled. So when I opened up my team of the week pack, it came up French striker. I was like, oh. I think it was Lacazette. I'm sure I got tradable as well. I was like, yay.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, you don't deserve any more coins because what have you had out of preview packs this week?
Oh, that's crazy. That Yao Cancelo, by the way, that's probably why I didn't get anything good over the weekend because it gave all my luck to that preview pack. Yeah. I think he was
preview pack.
Seven,
honestly,
yeah.
I wouldn't give him 20p for a cup of tea at this rate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was sold for I think I sold him for 720, and he's back. I think he's down just now at about 560, 600, something like that.
Yeah, we just looked. He's about 600 at the minute.
I knew he was going to go down. That's why I sold him, or I would have kept him.
I was thinking about
could go up a bit
on that. Yeah.
Well, if I had the coins to do it, I'd start investing. But you know,
you need more than 4 wins for investment, mate. Stick with us, you'll be okay. No, we'll be okay.
No, it's interesting. Do you guys feel that the weekend league was different this weekend? Because the biggest one for me was like the game just felt very slow and sluggish, and there was a lot of I felt there was a lot of connection issues. I know my internet's not great, but normally throughout weekend leagues I play and it's quite normal. And then this weekend it was quite laggy and things were going wrong, and it just felt different this weekend to last. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I struggled quite a lot with the dribbling this week because of that reason. It just felt a bit clunky. It was normally, the new animation they've got where you just lightly move the analog stick and it does the new animations and gives you a bit of dribbling. I just couldn't do it. It just seemed like it wasn't doing it. I don't know.
I had a great time, honestly. I didn't notice anything at all. And I'm not just saying that, but genuinely didn't notice a thing. I mean, Cal, I'm amazed you can assess anything with the fact your head went after, by the first half of your first game. So I
lost my first 3 games, and I was like, "What is?" I just thought this. No, literally that day we recorded the podcast, and I was saying how much I was excited and looking forward to it.
See, the thing is, though, on Sunday when I played my dad's weekend league, or some of it, and on Sunday it was like another completely different game. It was like Friday when I started weekend league, I got something like say 5-0 or whatever it was, fine, and then played Saturday. It was unbelievably awful, and I probably should have just stopped, but I could have stopped and played the rest of the games on the Sunday. But I was at a point where I was so annoyed that I just ended up just joining the game, kicking an own goal, leaving, and just giving my wins away because I got to the point where I was getting agitated with the fact that it was like that. And then on Sunday, when I played with my dad, it was like it was fine again. It was like it was back to the way it should be. Just weird.
Yeah, it's. I think it probably. I don't know whether there was the server load would have been obviously a lot higher because the team of the week was so good. Everybody wanted to play it, didn't they? But I definitely saw a difference on the Friday night, 100%. But it was like some were okay, some games were okay, others weren't. It was weird.
Yeah.
I think the only time I noticed anything weird in the gameplay was when I didn't win a game, because it definitely wasn't my fault. It must have been the it wasn't my fault at all. Yeah. But I didn't lose that many actually, boys. So I was all right. I was it's all right. I keep glowing about this. I mean, yeah, and for my troubles, I got Casemiro, which is, I mean, I don't need him. I've read my team of the week pack was Guff, and I got a promo card, a couple of 86s, but not too bad. I think it's about 200k I raised for the weekend, including the coins for doing it. So, yeah, I didn't mind it. But you've raised a point, and I do want to touch upon. EA have to sort out this quit a 0-0 business. It's doing my boxing genuinely infuriating.
It's happening way too often. Like they should have sorted this for this FIFA, because everyone complained about it last FIFA because it was worse than ever last FIFA, and it's just the same again now. Like it wasn't so bad at the start, and now it's just the same again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think the biggest thing for me, it's like, what I don't get with the whole situation is obviously last weekend, when I played, obviously apart from this weekend, because I just completely just kiboshed it. But last weekend I was playing and I was like 16-0 at one point in the weekend, obviously when we got, I think it was Saturday or whatever it was. And the biggest thing is the amount of games that you join, and as soon as you join, somebody leaves, and it's like you've got 20 games, but realistically, you're playing like 35 to 40 games because there's that many people leaving. I had one weekend, one time when I was like 16-0, where I had 4 people in a row that just paused the game left. It's like it's just stupid.
I've had playoffs where it's taken me 17 games to do 10 games because everyone just kept quitting. I mean, it's my fault for being such a baller at the game because I think that basically they saw the name and they were terrified. You know what I mean? It's just that player of the month, Rashford, just strikes fear into the heart of my opposition. Do you know what I mean? They see that and think, I mean, he's in the hands of a pro. I'm just going to get battered, so I'm just going to leave. But no, they shouldn't be rewarding people for doing it. I've got another gripe actually, which is linked. I decided for I don't know why. Hudson Odoi's objective card. It's in a managerial masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
One of the objectives is score and assist with a right winger. I have no idea how many games I played. I mean, it was great because it got me a milestone for winning a FUT Life, winning X amount of FUT Life friendly games. But every time I scored, they quit. They just quit. See you later, mate. Now, I think I had to put about 50 right wingers on the pitch in order to ensure that I assisted and scored in the same goal to make sure I could move on with my life. Because if not, I'd still be doing it now.
Yeah.
It's utterly ridiculous. Like, this is a problem. Why put an objective out? Because actually, it was quite nice to do. It wasn't too bad. Like, I think it was score with Bundesliga players in 6 wins. That's fine. That's fine. Something like have 5 defenders in the team and assist or something. So like all the and it come down to this winger one, and it was hell because everyone just left. And I don't get this thinking with EA. Like, it's such a small thing. Even if like I used to understand it, even though I didn't agree with it. When FUT Champs was your way into tournaments, you needed to win the game. You needed to play the game.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because realistically, I won't go into a tournament. No way. And Cal, there was no chance you couldn't even get a ticket to a tournament. But but I weren't going. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't matter if I got a win if someone left or not. But now FUT Champs isn't even competitive in the same way because that entry's through rivals now.
Yeah.
What's the point? Why are we having to sweat our asses off?
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's not needed.
To be fair, I think when you look at like the FUT Champs, the main reason of why I think they don't resolve it by giving people the win is because one or two things will happen is people will get categorized when they win so many wins into a place that they'll end up losing multiple games to give them even a lesser rank than normal, or the fact that it could just potentially help them, aid them to the division rivals from what rewards they get. The best thing I think to sort the whole thing, in my opinion, is if it's after a certain period of time, so if it's after say 20 in-game minutes, just for the disconnects and stuff, because that's frustrating if you're like 80 minutes in and you're winning 2-1, somebody equalizes and then they leave. But at the start of a game, what should happen is the people who leave purposely should just get like what they do nowadays in all the competitive sports where they get a timeout. So they have to wait an hour or an hour and a half. So then it stops people from doing that. Unless they concede a goal and then leave, then that's fine. But if they do it at 0-0 right at the start of the game, then I think they should get a timeout. Because they could sort that, I think,
Yeah, it's definitely an idea because they need to do something. Something needs to be done about it. It's like you say, you go from playing 20 games to joining potentially 30 games because people are just joining, leaving. If they think you're good, So if you have a good first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're getting shots off and corners and stuff like that, probably the second corner, they'll just pause and leave.
And that's a problem. That's a real problem. I had someone leave at 4-4 in extra time.
It's just brutal, absolutely brutal. I had somebody leave when I was in penalties one time. Playing penalties, you know, last kick of the ball, last penalty, and you're like, this is to win it. Just as you're ready to take a shot, and it's just like, the game's quit.
Pressed his button.
That is ultimate rat. That is ultimate rat. I've never even considered it. Never even considered it.
It was horrible.
I will consider it. No, I will.
You still against Bouch. You don't think get to penalties because at the minute he's battering you every time you play. You owe him about £1,000, don't you, in all your games played?
Yeah, probably somewhere along that.
You owe him money for you buying him the game. That's quite impressive.
I know. We went halves and now I owe him money. He hasn't even paid me yet. You win some, you lose some.
So James is our training guru. James has got a few little nuggets of information he could share with us. He should share with the class.
So obviously right now we're through the team of the week 85 plus in at the pipeline, which is something that got put in at the code that I got mentioned earlier today from yourself. It's good. I think if people were to do it, it's a good thing to do because it's only like what, 50 grand, and you've got the chance of a big player. Worst case scenario, it's fodder. But yeah, to be honest with you, the biggest thing for me is right now 84s to 88s. You know, they're the biggest gold money. You know, I think it's just a matter of time. Haaland SBC, you're going to have another Ligue 1 SBC, you know, plus Bundesligas and all these ones. I think, you know, if you get them at the right prices, I have sent you over the prices anyway, but I'll quickly check what I've sent you. Hold on.
Are you just checking that then, James? So do you look at, is there specific players in the Bundesliga and the Ligue 1 that you're looking for? Is it just that rating of 84 to 88 then, is it?
It's any rating of 84 to 88 really is where it's at. The reason being is because now what we've noticed with SBCs is that they don't require leagues normally. It's just, well, sometimes it's one player from the league. So like, for example, for Haaland, Ruben Diaz 88 is for me one of the best ones to go for. I've got about 70 of them just sitting because I know he's going to go up, because if you need a high rated with a Man City player, people are automatically just looking at that card.
Yeah.
You know, but it's one of them. It's like, I already know I've took the trends from the Icon pack, trends from the Heroes pack, and now trends from this Team of the Week pack, like 85s. If you bought an 85, you're buying them at 8k. They were selling at like 14k earlier on. You know, I don't know if they're still at that because I was at work, but I did notice that they were going to about 14k, some of them. So you're buying them at 8, holding them for a very little time because they were 8k last night, to then getting 14k cards today. It's a no-brainer because right now in this time, you're going to get higher SBCs because it's at that time of year. What did I put here? Sorry.
There's rumours washing around where there's an Icon SBC imminent, isn't there?
Yeah. There's an Icon. That Icon SBC is meant to be. It was meant to be today. I did think that the Team of the Week pack was going to be tomorrow because the last 2 weeks, the 80 plus Team of the Weeks have came out on a Tuesday, but they've obviously dropped it today. So 84. Any 84s under 2.4k on console. Any 85s 7.9k on console. Any 86s 12.5k. Any 87s 16.5, and then any 88s between 21 and 22k. That's kind of where your sweet spot is for all of them. Like it says, the 85s were 7.9 to 8k, and you were getting away up in 12 to 14k for them. So I would say that's a.
So is that like you would buy them before they're due to be, you know? So like if an SBC is due to come out, you would buy them at the 7.98k, and then when the SBC's out, that's when you would sell.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Obviously, what I tend to tell people is that if you're unsure and you don't want to take up loads, like I've put 7 million coins into fodder. That's what I've put in. 7 million coins into fodder. I put in, as Jamie knows, I put in over 2.83 million coins into Dembele Team of the Week at 260 each. And I sold him earlier on today for 290. At 290? Yeah, 290 each. So I made about 120k after tax. I worked out to on them alone. But the fodder, I would recommend just club stocking. So go onto FUT or FUT bin. Look at you go to the thing called players. I'm just looking now. FIFA 23 lowest prices. Go on to that and you look at that page and just go through them. And as long as they're under that price, buy one of each, put them into your club. As soon as one's required and you've bought, say, 10 of each rating and you're making 4 to 5k each, you could put in 200k and you get back, a decent amount of coins, just from club stocking.
Yeah.
Just quickly, now our tagline is average man FIFA. That goes out the window a little bit with James because there's nothing average about the way he trades. I was talking to someone who was an average man trader today, and he lost a load of coins. But no, that's not what James does, which makes James a lot more interesting in some ways. Obviously, he's nowhere near as good looking as me, but he's infinitely better than Cal in every single way. Every single way. Sorry,
Carl just
Cal.
gets ripped on here, doesn't he?
Yeah. Just it's the running theme now.
Well, I mean, you got 4 wins, mate. What can I say?
There is something that I saw on one of the a guy on Twitter that I follow that seems to be quite reliable. He posted a thing yesterday about World Cup icons that are coming out during the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's going to be 35 different players that are going to come out. So you've got your prime icons and your prime moments. Well, they're going to be adding a different type in now, which is going to be a World Cup icon. So
Are they not replacing the moments though, Carl?
I'm not too sure.
I heard at the start of FIFA that the moments have been took out the game.
Right. Okay. Maybe that's what that is then. I didn't know that, but
it might not be. It was just a rumor that they were saying
Yeah.
that moments to make them more generational because we've got all these special cards all the time that they were going to be bringing out taking away the moments and putting something different in. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the coding of the game anyway, so it's definitely in there for the World Cup icons. So we'll see what happens.
I think the rumours I heard that they were going into promos. So you potentially get like an R9 in a promo now with a slightly different position or something. But we'll have to see closer to the time. But that's, I mean, it could be huge. It could be huge. Right, boys. It was a good time to leave it there. Time is coming down. I'll get this edited. We can send it to our masses and masses. It's a good opportunity to say that we are now on TikTok, and there is a Twitter. So that's the unofficial FUT podcast. James is on Twitch, which is JamesG95. So give us a follow and some love. And not only are we up to a huge 22 subscribers on the podcast, that's 22 people with nothing better to do with their time. One of the videos has been viewed 50 times.
Yeah.
Reliable sources are it's not just my nan because I won't ring her. Apparently it's not just my nan because I won't give her a ring. But yeah, so
I think Carl's 34 of them.
Yeah.
or it's the police trying to work out if that is Cal because he changes his opinion every time we do this.
Every podcast, something's changed. My hair changed, and I got rid of the beard.
And you've moved. So
I've moved house,
so there's definitely something going on. I'm not entirely sure what. So thanks a lot, guys. Keep sharing, keep liking, and we'll see you next week.